The Coach Rob Carter Show brought to you by Stop and Shop Auto Sales this morning. Josh Cantrell, the wide receivers coach at Sylacauga High School, and Josh is basically a hometown guy and from Fayetteville, Alabama. Josh, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us this morning. Tell us a little bit about Josh and where you've been coaching.
I've been coaching several years. 2009, 10, 11, I was at Winterboro with Adam Fawcett, who's at Comer. I took a little break and got back into it a couple years ago. Was at Ellick City Middle last year, and here this year.
First year staff, wide receivers coach. Wide receivers, you know, they can play an integral part in the success of an offensive team. Talk about your wide receivers.
I got a good group of receivers. You got Bill Lauderdale, Jakari Cottingham, Q Swain, and I have one senior, which is Riley Basinger, who is a good leader for me in that group.
Yeah, and Basinger is one of those unsung guys that can make the big catch for you when you need it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Big game tomorrow night up at Talladega, another region game for Sylacauga, and the Aggies in good position. Playoff look just a few weeks away.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a big game for us. I believe we should win it. We expect to win. But we can't go in there and not do our job. I preach every week to my wide receivers, do your job. Everything else will take care of itself.
Playing at Mary Dumas Stadium, Sylacauga had a lot of success there down through the years too. This game against Talladega, they're not having a good year win and loss record-wise, but they're always a threat. They've always got some talent at Talladega High School, and playing on the road can be a different animal, can it?
Yes, sir, it can. You know, you got to get prepared. It's a different mindset playing at home. You get to relax when you're at home. On the road, it's like you're running the whole time. So it's a little different, but we're going to be fine.
How is it for you joining a new staff?
Man, it's been great. I didn't know Coach Carter. I knew Anthony Jacks because I coached with him at Winterboro, and they called and I interviewed, and we hit it off. And man, Coach Carter, he's a good guy, great guy, knows football, and he's taught me, you know, a lot. So I've enjoyed it.
Does he let you coach?
Oh, he lets us coach. Yes, sir. You know, that's what you worry about going somewhere else. How's this guy to his coaches? He tells us what, you know, sometimes he expects some stuff, you know, but he lets us coach, you know.
Looking at tape of Talladega, can wide receivers have a good night against the Tigers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Which we gonna, you know, our receiver core is a little different. And in saying that, you know, when I talked to Coach Carter, I said, "What do you expect from your wide receivers?" And we want to be physical. We want to block every play, and I think that's been the difference. You know, we got a great back in Malik. We got a great quarterback, and we got several great backs. Let me say that. But you know, when Malik breaks it down the sideline, my receivers are there making the blocks. You know, we could go show you film after film of it, and you know, that's what we like to see, our receivers making blocks.
A lot of times, I say a lot of times, at least there have been times in any level of football where a back will break a big play, a wide receiver down the field, and he'll hold, or he'll block in the back, or something like that. I guess you teach how not to do those things.
Yeah, you know, that's tough on them. You know, we do have to teach that, you know, but they do have a good job of it. We've had a couple of penalties this year on the receivers, but, you know, that's a hustling penalty to me. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Josh Cantrell, the wide receivers coach for the Sylacauga Aggies. The Aggies on the road to Talladega tomorrow night. Mary Dumas Stadium kick at 7 o'clock. Talk about Josh Cantrell and your high school days.
Oh, me.
That was back a few years ago. But.
It was. I played at Fayetteville. I was on the first football team down there.
Oh, wow.
So It's
Played at Childersburg for a while, didn't you?
no, my dad coached
Okay.
there. My dad was a coach there 20
But
years.
didn't Fayetteville play some of their games?
Oh
before
yeah,
that?
yeah, we played there, yes sir. I never played on the new field at Fayetteville. But you know, it was an experience starting a new team. You know, I was on the first football team to win a game. You know, that was something. We actually beat
Remember who you beat?
Yeah, we beat Sylacauga.
Okay.
You know, we had a good night that night, a lot of rushing yards.
What position did you play?
Quarterback.
Okay. Could you throw it?
I could sometimes. No, we was an option team.
Yeah.
When we beat Sylacauga, I had a great night that night. So did my other backs. So.
Now, who was the coach there then?
Byron Brasher.
Okay. Yeah. Byron, is he retired or is he still
yes, sir,
in
I think so.
education? Yeah, I remember Byron. He played at B.B. Calmer. And
Yes,
he's a good guy too. Josh Cantrell, the wide receivers coach of the Sylacauga Aggies, and the Aggies taking another step, already qualifying for the playoffs. But you want that first round home game too, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, that's the goal.
What has to happen for that to take place?
Oh, win out. That's the only thing. You know, you control your destiny. You know, I guess you would say you win out, you're in second. You know, because Clay County got us, but we went out, we should host.
Well, 2 losses for Sylacauga, 1 to unbeaten Leeds and 1 to once beaten Central Clay County, and that's pretty good competition.
I mean, you know, 5A ball, you got good competition, especially when you talk Clay County. I mean, everybody knows Clay County. They do a good job over there. I got some friends that coach over there, and you know, but 5A ball. Yeah,
What's some of the differences, Coach, and you coached at Winterboro's 1A,
Yes,
and Sylacauga's 5A. What are some differences between those classifications?
Numbers.
Okay.
You know, numbers are a key in 5A. You may have 30 players in 1A and you got 60 or 70 in 5A, you know. Yeah. So that's the biggest I see, you know, depth.
Sylacauga with a big win last week, and of course Malik Pope, another record-breaking game. And what other accolades can be added to this great player of Sylacauga?
Man, he's good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great. Malik's a good kid. You know, when you speak Malik, if he touches the ball, he can take it to the house. Yeah. I mean, he's got that kind of, I don't know, he's different.
Back-to-back games, over 300 yards and piling up the touchdowns, and so he is a real deal. And Sylacauga has more than Pope, though. It's a pretty balanced offensive team, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We try to keep it balanced. You know, passing, we will throw it. Bryson, you know, he's a good guy, good quarterback. You know, teams can't pack the box because we'll throw it, you know, over your head. So
now, he has really made a marked improvement from last year to this year. Of course, you weren't there last year, but you've seen him this year.
Yes, sir. You know, Bryson's got a great arm. I tell him all the time, biggest arm. You know, he's got a great arm. He's got great receivers to catch it, and you know, they got to build that bond, especially going into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Hey, we catch everything. That's our motto.
Going into the Talladega game, you've seen tape. Where do you feel Sylacauga can attack Talladega?
You know, we're going to keep doing what we've been doing the whole time. We'll hand it to Malik, and we'll hit our receivers. I mean, we feel like we can throw it to any of our receivers. Okay. But we'll hand it to Malik and do that. Just keep doing what we've been doing.
All right. Coach Josh Cantrell, wide receivers coach for the Sylacauga Aggies, our guest on the Coach Rob Carter Show. And Coach, good morning, and thank you for being with us today, and good luck to the Aggies tomorrow night. Coach Josh Cantrell, wide receivers coach of the Sylacauga Aggies, our guest. We'll be back with more right after this timeout.